Welcome back to Big Mike Gaming, and today we're doing a little bit of a different thing than usual. So we are doing subreddits. Today I wanted to find one because I've worked a little bit of retail, like a grocery store, and I've worked customer service. So I there's some gems out there. Some of you people are assholes. So I found this one, and I definitely want to read some of these. So I hope you enjoy. And as always, please like and subscribe down below. One like and subscribe will stop one young Charmander from dancing on the dance pole. Right, Charmander? Right. Exactly. If Charmander says that, you got to. Like, why would you make this darling thing dance on a pole? I'm probably going to get copyrighted now. It's Pokemon sound. Alright, Charmander's going to join us for our ride. Our journey. Alright, little Charmander. You're with us. To the end. Okay, little Char buddy. Works with me. You know, you're a full grown man whenever you go to the freaking Build-A-Bear workshop and everybody looks at you weird. That is when you have adulted. Alright. As someone with crippling social anxiety, I cannot believe the confidence customers have in themselves to treat retail employees the way they do. Alright. Pretty sure customers give me a moderate case of agoraphobia, too. Hopefully that's how you say. On top of my social anxiety, dealt with two deaths in the family, two separate occasions, and decided to come to work instead of calling in. Loyal. My mistake, I guess, because rude fucking people decided to come bother me while my emotions were fragile. It wasn't just a variety of rude customers either. Both days, I just had one customer who made me cry on the job. The first time, it was when a family friend died very unexpectedly, and it really shook me up so up. They were part of his family. Found that they were in really bad shape, brain aneurysm, and had to be put them on life support. That is fucked up. Literally 20 minutes before I had to leave for work, decided to suck it up and work it anyway. This old guy came in and wanted a specific item that we were sold completely out of, and then proceeded to yell at me because he didn't want to go to another store. I told him meekly, "Can you please not be mean to me? I had a family friend pass away today." You know what the fucker said to me? "Well, you should have stayed home then." I fucking bucked into the stockroom and cried my eyes out. For real? That's a little fucked up. Like, where's the compassion? The second time was when my grandma died. I believe it was maybe a day or two after her death, and my uncle also suddenly passed away the same year. I was by myself in the department waiting for my assistant manager to come back from lunch when an old lady came in wanting to find a specific battery for her cordless home phone. We hardly carried any, and the one she wanted was definitely not sold in any store. I told her that we do not carry that battery, but I recommended a specialty store that only sells batteries and bulbs. Batteries and bulbs plus. She got pissed and refused to take no for an answer. I felt my heart pounding in my ears and then oncoming a panic attack that was now brewing in my chest. I panicked and told her with tears in my eyes, "Ma'am, I am very sorry, but can you please not be mean to me? I had a really bad day. Please." This old ass cunt had the nerve to go, "Well, I don't give a shit." I fucking spiked whatever in my hand, paper or something, on the ground and told her to go away. My assistant saw the last bits of it and rushed me to the stockroom where I cried my eyes out in peace. She was so fucking nice to me too and told me it's okay and I won't get in trouble. Sorry for the long ass comment. I wrote too much. LOL. Needless to say though, I transferred out of the department of electronics and went to the one that had far less customers. I have some terrible PTSD from this job though. Those two interactions made me just put my walls up completely. It really sucks. I should look into a different job, but it's easier said than done. Retail workers are really need to be treated better, and we need to actually punish customers instead of locking away scot free. I will be honest with you. My personal experience I've had with customers, I have not had a situation like that, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen to me. But I have had customers swear at me. I had one dude at my former job. Supposedly the steak was undercooked, but it comes like that. And I was giving him a refund, and I don't know why customers believe that making refunds happen quicker is by yelling at me and saying they're disappointed in me, like I'm gonna do it any quicker. My experience is I'm gonna slow down now because you're just literally making a scene. I hate the person that goes, "Oh no, 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 this place is going to hell in a handbasket," and blah blah blah. And it's like, you're just being a dick now. There's a point like, hey, I understand we messed up. Let me do this because this is fair, out of compassion. But when you don't show that same empathy, but you show it as more like, I purposely did this wrong, or like, oh, maybe she should be more responsible that her family died and she couldn't come to work. No, she's just loyal to her job. She's pushing through a really hard grievance because she wants to do this. So, I was giving him the refund, and he was just like, "Fuck, yeah, give me my fucking money back." And it's like, dude, I literally have the cash in my hand. I am doing that. That is, give me 10 seconds, and you'll have your money back, and you can go on your merry way and never come back to Panera Bread. For real. Like, bye, bitch. Fucking hated some of the customers in Panera. Right, Charmander? Right? Like, you better. What? Okay. Okay. Our customer accuses me of racially profiling him for an honest mistake. Yikes. Alright, for a bit of context, I was out in a garden center when a customer walks up to my register, Walmart. He's got tan skin, tattoos all over his body and face, and he's got a broad jawline and was wearing black baggy clothes. His son had similar skin tone, black greasy hair with a rat tail, gold chain around his neck, and had either a lip stud or ear stud. Can't remember, but it was stud nothing less. These two can very easily pass for Latino Mexican, point being, although I don't judge someone for what they look like. Anyway, these two had a cart full of bricks, so I started off with my usual script. I hope you found everything okay. He didn't answer, so I just moved on with the checkout. I open our database and look for the bricks he has brought up to a register. I go to our garden section and our data. So this might be Home Depot. Why am I trying to figure it out? But I go into the papers tab trying to find the right bricks he brought up, and I had 3 options for the type of pavers. I had assumed they were. 2 of them were the same brand except they came in separate colors, and those colors are charcoal red and gray, and they were 58 cents. So I automatically ruled those ones out. The only other option I thought was another brick that was 98 cents. The thing they don't tell you about is that sometimes pictures are not up to snuff with actual items, or the actual item could be completely different. So as I put in the amount of papers he had, which was like 24, and hit total, I read out that his total was 1916, and his son handed me a $20 bill. I punched in the amount and gave him his change back. Now I had an inkling that maybe I made a mistake, but since the customer did not verify the amount he wanted to spend or nor tell me, hey, that's wrong, it's blah blah blah, he simply took his change and walked off. I told him to have a good afternoon and went on about my business. About 5 minutes later, he returns and asks me, is there any reason you charge me $1 per brick? And I look at him and I say, oh, I'm terribly sorry. Unfortunately, I do not have the ability to fix the issue. If you want to refund the money, you'll have to go to the returns and do it. Do you know how much the bricks were? The guy hops at me and says, you can look for yourself. I can't leave my register, sir. Do you know how much they were? He crosses his arms and says, then how come I saw you out here? If you call pacing around the cubicle out on the floor, by all means. He then goes on about how he comes here all the time and still not answering my question, and then demands to talk to my manager. If you come here all the time and know how much the bricks are, why can't you tell me? Or can you not admit that I made a mistake? I call up a supervisor, but he's unavailable because he's covering a break at self-checkout. So I call one of the MODs. She asks, what's the issue? And I say, a customer wants to speak to you about a mistake I made. She tells me she'll be out in a minute because the manager's office are near the break room, and a garden is on the opposite side of the store. She comes out smiling and politely asks what the problem. The customer says I charged him for the wrong brick, and my manager looks at me. I explain her my thought process, which went a little like this. There are 5 different types of bricks in our store. 2 of them are building materials. 3 of them are garden. As pavers, both are held in the same general area, but usually it's a customer who tells us what type of brick they were. He did not. Since the customer, was out in the garden, I automatically ruled out 2 in the building materials because they would buy building supplies where flowers and stepping stones are. So that's left 3 in garden. Since they were neither gray nor charcoal red, that automatically ruled those 2 out, which only left the last option of being 98 cents. The guy says they don't look like that. They have ridges. These don't. The manager says it's a common mistake. I've done it too. If you can do better, let me get you an apron. The guy crosses his arm and looks at me and goes, "It's because of my skin, isn't it?" I'm taken back about this. My jaw almost drops, but I just look at him and go, "Absolutely not, sir. It's an honest mistake." He said, "You thought I was Mexican, didn't you? I am not." That's irrelevant. And even if I did, that still wouldn't prompt me to overcharge you for something you failed to clarify before you paid. Yes, I picked the wrong item, but you didn't tell me if I selected the right bricks or not, nor did bat an eye after I told you your total. Is it because you need the money? He said, still looking at me. Wow, that's a new one. I think anyone who knows anything about working knows that you don't get paid a percent profit. We get paid by per hour. I simply tell him, no, that's not the case. And my manager interjects, telling him she can fix the issue and if she'll follow her to the service desk. Honestly, thank God for this manager. It's always nice seeing when managers finally got our backs for a simple oversight. We're dealing with an entitled customer. I swear, why is it that customers always get pissy for the slightest inconvenience, or can't accept the fact that cashiers are human too and make mistakes? They seem to think that cashiers should never be able to make a single mistake in their life, and they have to know everything about everything, nothing at all, and demand to be fired. Good riddance, I say. There's a special kind of hell for people who put the race card and victim blame. The reason why customers do that is because customers know that if they overreact and act more confrontational, that managers don't want to confront. No manager, and it's just speaking from my personal opinion, I don't want a confrontation with a fucking customer. That is the worst thing you can have happen. So yeah, that's the reason why they know that if they're more of an asshole to them, like asshole to you, that you're gonna go get the manager. They absolutely don't care. Then they're gonna get the manager. The manager is gonna be super polite and everything, wiping their ass literally to make sure. But it's good when a manager. I mean, if I had a guy like this that came up, I would be like, for real? Like, you're gonna think my employee is racially profiling you? It's just an honest mistake. And also, if you're here all the time, which I've had people tell me that, I come here every day, it's because you know you're going to get something free out of it. That's why. This is going to be the last one. That one was really big. I don't want to make this too extremely long. So, customer demanded I be fired. I work in a wireless sales for one of the major cell phone companies and have been doing so for about a year. I work in a high traffic store in a big city. It's a city full of wealthy people, but also a city with a major drug problem, especially in the downtown area. Sounds like Harrisburg. Today was the first time in over a year of working here and 3 years of retail that a customer was really out to get me fired. I am a salesperson. I can do basic troubleshooting of phones, but any big major technical problems were required to go to Apple. About an hour ago, this guy comes in saying I broke his phone yesterday. At that time, he wanted to upgrade, and I checked, and he wasn't eligible. Then I logged out, and he left. I am at the table with my coworker. He's been in the wireless industry 15 years, and he comes upstairs and makes kind of a nasty face. He says, since he left yesterday, the swiping on his phone on his iPhone 6 stopped working, and I asked him if he could show me the issue. He said he can't because it works now. I tell him I can't fix an issue that isn't there anymore. I had to be a little blunt because he kept demanding I troubleshoot it. But if it comes up again, he can stop by and I'll see what's going on. He keeps on just saying nonsense to avoid leaving the store, but eventually goes downstairs. He comes back up less than 2 hours later, absolutely red-faced and fuming. He says he must speak to a manager, and I point to my coworker who saw as kind of the stand-in manager when one isn't in the store. He says he's never had such a bad customer service experience, and then proceeds to say I act like I'm in junior high and proceeded to verbally mock my voice and facial expressions. I am 20, and for some reason, angry customers will usually compare me to a young student while upset. He then tells my coworker that he will get me fired as bring a corporate nightmare to the store if he won't fire me with him watching. Coworker defends me and says I wasn't being rude. He tries to reason with a man and says he understands the cell phone issues can be frustrating, but I didn't do anything wrong. Nan is very upset now, says I shouldn't be allowed to work in any store until I grow up and fix my attitude problem. Then asked my coworker for the name of our district manager, and he said that he'd be calling him up, although his info isn't publicly online, and then left 30 minutes left in the shift and me. That is really harsh. It sound like that customer. All right, this is gonna be the last one. I think this one's gonna be interesting. What do you mean you have limited availability? Okay, so to be honest, I one point made the schedule, and I made schedules several times for different companies and everything like this. I fucking hate high schoolers. The reason why is when I was in high school, I worked 30 to 40 hours a week. That was me. I came to realize that not everybody is like me. I like money. Okay, I am the most thriftiest, stingiest person. You show me green, I will do it. There's only certain things in my life that I will not go after the money for. Like Charmander. Poor Charmander has to dance on the pole because he doesn't have enough money. God damn it. Like and subscribe and do it when Mike streams, watch it and possibly donate. You're not required to, but it is welcome. So I don't have to dance on poles no more. And Mike can buy more Charmander plushies and Dragonite plushies and live his life. But I hate high schoolers because they have limited availability. Some are not responsible at all. They act dumb as shit, and I don't know what parent didn't teach their kid how not. Like, they'll call off an hour before, 10 minutes before their shift. Oh, I can't come in. And it's like, why? And it's like, I'm in Virginia. And it's like, why the fuck? Like, for real? Like, why is in Virginia? So it's really dumb. And I understand if you're busy in sports and stuff, that's understandable. But some high schoolers will literally make their availability that they cannot work, and they know they can work. But the only reason why they don't want to is because they don't want to work a job, which is like, why do you get the job? Oh, parents told me you had to get a job. Well, you should work your job. I understand if you hate it, but like, come on. I'm not. Now, don't take this. I'm saying all high schoolers are lazy, but if you're one of those high schoolers and you don't have anything going on and you like want to feed off of mommy and daddy, realize that at some point mommy and daddy are not going to be there and you're going to have to grow the fuck up. Sorry, not sorry, but telling you the truth. Want to vent a bit kind of long. Well, we are here to read, aren't we, Charmander? Right, Charmander? I've been at my place of work, a regional chain, for about 2 years now. I started here as a ringer. After having been a manager at another place that closed for 15 years, when I started, I made it clear that even though I was hired part-time, that I was looking for full-time work, and to please let me know that if a full-time position opens up, I hustle every week to pick up extra shifts to get kind of full-time work, as well any extra shifts or extend hours that are thrown my way, usually on very short notice, sometimes 10 minutes before I'm supposed to go home, but since I'm classified part-time, I get no bennies. Now, after working 5 months and learning every section of the store, both front end and receiving / stock, I come in to find an announcement on the board. Please welcome coworker X as our newest manager. What the fuck? This coworker had started 3 months after I did. As far as I knew, had no management experience. Okay, as the store manager, why I wasn't informed that there was an open position or it wasn't posted in-house as per policy. I got a spiel that now manager X is only training here. They're opening a new store, and X will be transferred there. And when it opens, months go by, X is still in our store and asks, what's up with the new store? Oh, well, they decided against opening the new store. I call bullshit. X was the only person hires a new manager in the region. If a new store was in the works, you train more than one person. And X getting the job has absolutely nothing to do with being best friends with another manager. I'm the one teaching X how to do things in the area X is supposed to manage. Keep working at a place, keep asking about full-time position, nothing is ever open. Finally gave up and started looking for other work. I recently landed a full-time job closer to my house, so easier for me to get to. Handed my new hours availability, my much reduced availability. It did not go over well. I've been informed that they are looking to find possibly create a full-time position just for me. I've been asking for a full-time position for 2 years, but now they don't have their emergency monkey anymore. It's suddenly possible for them to find full-time work. I truly hope the new position works out for me. Wish me luck. And rant. To you, dear sir, PD 46 Lily, good luck for your new position. Good luck. But definitely, in the end of the day, what this was, and I'll be honest with you, some places they value people in certain positions. Some places they want to make you into a manager. That me as being a person that's been a manager and is still a manager and everything, the biggest thing to worry about is sometimes places will find you like, I hate the idea of jobs saying, oh, you got to be an associate to start and then you can become a shift. That is the worst, because one, it puts you in limbo. If you've been a manager before, it sucks because now you have to go back to being an associate. And not saying it sucks being an associate, but being a manager is a lot better. You're used to the pace, you're used to everything, and you're also used to the pay. That's the reason why you're a manager. That's why you got into it. You don't do it because you love managing people. That's a bullshit answer. You like the money that it has. And you don't have to do everything that associates do. It's being honest. But in the end of the day, this just seemed like it was just buddy, and now you're leaving, and now they want to open up a full-time position. Yeah, like how you said, their monkey is gone, the person they train. Because once you show that you're really good at something, you're of course going to be used for it. And sometimes people are nice enough to hear what you have to say, but sometimes they really don't care. So, well, that is going to wrap it up for this Reddit post reading with my good friend here, Mr. Charmander. And from Charmander and I hope you have a fabulous day, a fabulous second, fabulous year, everything about it. And please like and subscribe. And please follow me on my social media, which I don't know. Maybe I'll figure out how to edit it. And I don't know. I'm trying to get better at editing. Get off my back. But I hope you go follow me on my Facebook page. Follow my Instagram. It's my actual personal Instagram. So yes, hopefully I gotta figure out some things, but big news, but maybe business is booming. And lastly, go follow my Twitter and everything like that, and find out more about. So to finish it off, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and girls, and I hope you come back and watch a little bit more of me and Charmander. All right, peace out, boy.